What's up guys, Nomad Gaming bringing you the second episode in my step-by-step series. Today we're going to be building, as you can see in the title, a Suburban Delight. That's just what I've called this build. It's going to be a two-story build. So, as you guys will see the build unfold, you guys might think, hey, maybe he's built it too small and he's not going to really have room for everything inside, but the way I've built this build is kind of to go with a storyline. So in the storyline that I've decided to go for in this build, so in this house there are an elder couple that lives here, and then their granddaughter, who is now a young adult, comes to stay with them because she wants to be a fashion designer, but she couldn't where she stayed. So let's say, for example, she stayed in Sunset Valley, hashtag Sims 3. She couldn't really reach her dreams there, so she decided to move to Willow Creek to stay with her grandparents until she can get up on her feet and, like, get her own place. But she first needs to get into the industry and all of that. So they did have enough space when it was just the two of them, but now their granddaughter's now moved in, so they had to kind of make space. So they kind of built a room for her, which kind of was in their living room. So they end up closing that whole section off for her and building her room. So you'll see her room's like really small. She doesn't even have space for a wardrobe. So her grandfather like kind of built a little shelf for her on the wall where all the clothes are like hanging for a while. But hey, what are you gonna do? You're coming here to like kind of get on your feet and live your dream, so you got to start off small. So that's sort of the story behind this build, and you'll see once I start furnishing it will all like sort of come together and you guys will understand. And also the furniture that I've used in this build it's a lot of antiques, because the grandmother, she likes collecting antiques, so a lot of the furniture is like old. So it's not really going to be one of my usual builds like I normally do, where everything's kind of modern. So like I said in my previous video, if you guys haven't watched it, it is in this playlist where this video is. It is Step by Step Rose Cottage. So that's the first episode of the series. So like I said in that episode, I'm branching out and doing things out of my comfort zone. I don't normally build houses like this, so it's a first for me. So by the time this video by the time I was finished building this video, I was very proud of myself for what I did and how I built it. Obviously I'm gonna get a lot better the more I do builds like this, as I'm gonna be rebuilding the whole neighborhood, because I'm rebuilding each world in The Sims 4. So I've got to do a lot of different styles and practice a lot of different styles. But watching other sim YouTubers on YouTube is really helping me a lot to further my skills. So really amped about that. So as you can see, I've added these nice little white windows with the shutters. I think it really sort of puts this house together with the blue paneling and stuff like that. And then just on the roofs, I've put in a little circle window and a little half circle window on the upper roof. It really just brings the whole house together. And then when I add the landscaping in this build, it really, once the landscaping is done, like, you don't just notice a plain blue house with white windows. Like, the landscaping kind of takes your attention away just from all the blue, and it kind of let your eye see all different colors. So the landscaping really helped a lot in this build. I knew, like, because of the type of build that I wanted to do, I knew I kind of had to use like wood paneling on the outside as the wallpaper. I was kind of basing it off kind of like an American suburban house, because here in my country in South Africa, our houses don't really look like this, because we don't build with wooden paneling and stuff like that. We just use brick and cement. So we don't use any wooden paneling in our house building. So, like, for example, if you guys have ever seen that show Extreme Makeover, where that guy like rebuilds houses and he can do it like in a week, like, that's not going to happen in our country. We can't build something so quick because we don't use wood and stuff like that. Our houses are like solid brick and cement. So our suburban houses don't look like this. Our houses are all brick and stuff like that. So I really I was just basing this off of what Willow Creek looks like already. Like, if you look at Willow Creek in the base game, where it's sort of like where Bob and Eliza Pancakes live and stuff like that, all the houses are really made out of the like wood paneling. So I just stuck with that theme because I'm obviously in Willow Creek at the moment. And also I didn't want to sort of change the look. Like, yes, I am rebuilding all the lots and I'm putting new Sims in, but I don't want to change the world, so I want to stick to the theme of the world. So Willow Creek is a nice suburban world with like families and stuff like that, so that's sort of what I'm keeping to. So I really hope you guys like this build. This is up on the gallery. If you can just search, you can go to the Sims 4 gallery and search Suburban Delight. It's obviously, you'll see it is created by Nomad Gamer 94, which is me, so you guys can download that there. And also don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you guys do download this build and do some changes to it, or maybe play in it, you guys can send me some screenshots or send me some links on my Twitter. Then I can go ahead and maybe do a house tour if you guys have made changes or something like that. So they'll also be quite fun. And now I'm gonna be finishing off the landscaping at the moment. I'm just putting some lights on the outside, and then I'm just gonna do the backyard. So in this build, I do add a swimming pool, not like a huge swimming pool. It's just like a small little, kind of like a little splash pool to kind of you know, keep cool in and stuff like that. And I add a little barbecue pit with some outdoor seating, and I didn't really go too hectic with a lot of landscaping at the back. I just did some landscaping by the back door. I didn't put another tree in the backyard. I just thought it would be a bit too much for this build, and the trees, I didn't want to put too many trees because I think they would kind of fade away in this build, because this build is kind of, it's not big, it's not like overly huge or whatever, but I mean, it's a double story, so like I just felt the landscaping that I did was enough. So I put a lot of pot plants, like as you notice, like just like some odd pot plants in the front of the house and here at the back, that maybe the grandmother would have planted herself. You know, they both retired now, so they're living off their retirement money, hence they could afford a swimming pool, and she just spends her days gardening. The grandpa, he's a bit of a cowboy, so he just also likes to be outside in the day. Like, kind of, he like painted this house by himself. He painted the window shutters. You know, I kind of wanted to make it to make the build feel like it was built literally from the ground up by the two of them, like it's their influence in the build. So that's what I wanted to kind of let stand out in the build. And like I said, that is just my storyline for this build. I have created the Sims that live in this house. Excuse me. I just didn't upload them to the gallery. I just uploaded the residential lot to the gallery. So that's my storyline for this build. You guys, if you guys download it, and you can create your own storyline to it. You know, you can change the whole build completely. Maybe make it a one bedroom, take the bottom bedroom out so you have more space. This is just for my storyline, because I'm going to be playing in the worlds. Obviously, once I'm done building them, I'm going to be playing in the worlds, and I don't really know which lot I'm going to be playing in. So I just really like to create stories with my builds, and like the people who live there, what's their story, what are they going through, stuff like that. So, you know, the small things, I like to make it a little bit more realistic for myself. So and I will sometimes add the Sims that I create on the gallery as well, but I mostly just like to add my builds, because I mean, I just find that maybe some people like to make their own Sims and move them in, so, and you don't want to really stick to the storyline that the creator kind of is going for. So but if you guys want me to upload the Sims that I created for this build, you can let me know in the comments below, and I'll definitely get to that. But this, like I said, this lot is already on the gallery, so you guys can go and download it. And guys, please don't forget to download the previous build that I did, the Rose Cottage. I see I do have a few downloads there, so I'm really thankful for that. But just don't forget, it is still up there. And also, guys, if you're watching this, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I know even myself, and I watch videos, I like really love a video, and I want to subscribe. I tell myself at the end of this video I'm going to subscribe, but I always end up forgetting. Like, I just click out of the video, always end up forgetting. So I know that can happen, but please, guys, if you don't mind, maybe hit that subscribe button right now while I'm talking about it, and just show your support, and I'll really be thankful about that. So as you can see, the way I structured this house with the 2 rooms at the bottom, it's meant to look like they just had enough space to maybe give her a room of her own. So they obviously had a guest toilet downstairs, but they kind of made that her own bathroom because they've got their own bathroom upstairs. So they kind of just had enough space to like kind of give her own room. So it's actually meant to look like that. It's not like, oh shit, I didn't have enough space in this build. It was meant to be like that all along. Was kind of the look that I was going for. And I mean, if you think about it, it was just the grandparents, the older couple staying here by themselves for quite a few years, so they didn't really need a big place. I mean, they're an older couple, they don't really have parties all the time at their house. It's just them two kind of relaxing at their house. I mean, they gave up their living room for their granddaughter, so they don't even have a TV in this build. There's no TV in this build, no living room. So they just read, they read books for fun, and they garden and stuff like that. They don't really care about TV that much. But I mean, if you guys want to add TVs into this build, you definitely can. You can change it completely. But for me personally, for this build, I just didn't add a living room. I didn't think it was necessary because I mean, like I said, the grandparents are permanently outside gardening and stuff like that, and then the granddaughter that lives here, she's going to be focusing on her career, like building her skills and becoming a better like style influencer and stuff like that. So she's not going to really have time to really sit and like watch movies and TV and stuff like that. So I didn't really think it mattered that much. And so now I'm doing the kitchen. I do manage to get a little island in there. Excuse me. And then I also managed to get a 4-seater dining room table. Also, so there is a dining space. I was going to put the breakfast counters, but I just felt like, that really, I don't think it doesn't go with the theme of what this house is. So I decided to add a little dining room table with some antique chairs, obviously, that the grandmother had collected. And there's a lot of antiques throughout this house. In the kitchen, there's a little antique tea set on the counter as well. And there's a lot of antique like flower pots or flower vases. Vases, is that a word? Vases, I don't know. I don't know if that's a word, but if not, okay, I made it up, whatever. But in any way, like the points I was getting to, there's a lot of antiques in this build, so which I thought just adds a more personality to the build, because it's an older couple, and like I said, she likes to collect like paintings and stuff like that. So I just thought it added a lot of personality to the build instead of just like kind of slapping any old decorations around. So add a little cookie jar there, because maybe the grandmother bakes, so she like stores her cookies there, so the grandpa and the granddaughter can just go ahead and grab a cookie from the cookie jar and drink it with their tea or coffee or whatever they have. Just putting some little glass jars there, maybe with some spices or tea or sugar inside. I know it's not actually that. I think it comes with the Sims 4 cats and dogs. I think it's actually like dog treats or something, I don't know, but I'll just put it there for like for some decoration. Adding 2 little mail envelopes there, unopened envelope I can't talk right now, envelopes there to make it feel like it's like lived in and stuff like that. There is a bin in this build, and 2 bins obviously on the outside as well, so you can empty your bin there. Just add a little rug to the kitchen. I know it's not the prettiest rug, but the grandmother, she likes sort of her collecting stuff that's maybe like oldish art and stuff like that, so I just thought to maybe just go with the build. You guys can obviously change it. Just quickly rearranging the shrubbery outside, just because it's just glitching through the wall there. As much as I love move objects, I just wish that it didn't do that. I wish like maybe like if it went into the wall, it would kind of like disappear, kind of type thing. I just wish it didn't glitch into the wall, because sometimes when you move the shrubbery, or you move an object that you've like kind of perfectly placed, it kind of doesn't have the same look anymore, because it's been moved away from the wall or whatever. But it's okay. It looks better obviously than plants like sticking through the wall. So I wanted to put the dining room table against the wall like this, just with 3 seats, and then put a a carpet down, kind of like an antique carpet. I was going to leave it like this kind of angle, and then it just wasn't sitting right with me. I was like, you know what, nah. Like, I like to be creative, have things off angle and stuff like that. I don't want everything to be like in the middle, precise and stuff like that. But for this build, for this angle, for this space, for the amount of space that I had there, it just didn't really look nice. So I just ended up putting it in the middle of the rug, add a little antique flower pot there. Looks kind of expensive, you know, part of her collection, part of the grandmother's collection, and just a little sunflower painting there in a nice frame, and just a little hanging thing there so the grandpa can put his hat and his jacket on when he goes outside to do some gardening. Then I add another little expensive vase there. Well, it's not expensive, but I mean, like, in there, well, you know, like expensive little vase that she built. Another little antique one there, just to cover up the plants that were coming through there. I did try and move it in the build, but it just really stuffed stuff up outside of the build, so I just decided to hide it with the pot plants. And then another nice painting. And now I'm just adding the bedroom doors and the bathroom doors. I end up taking that bathroom door out of the bedroom and just putting it as a separate entrance, because as you can see, that bedroom is really small, so it was kind of in the way of what I wanted to do. But I add this little seating area over here. That's why I purposely made the angles of the windows like that on the outside of the build, because I wanted it to seem like, listen, it wasn't a bedroom. They've closed off this section for their granddaughter. That was part of their living room, but they obviously, that is built into the house, so they didn't want to like damage the house or anything, so that had to like become part of the granddaughter's room. So, which is not really a bad thing, because it's actually really nice in the room. It's a nice little place for her to maybe study, read some books. You know, she can look out and see all the nice flowers outside. So really nice, and that's why I decided to leave it there. And then obviously I've just given her a single bed, because I mean that's enough for her. And then as you can see, it's like an antique table, because like I said, there's a lot of antiques in this build, so just a little antique table there. So obviously she had to come in here and obviously take the furniture that was there. So it's not really her style. The bedroom's not really her style. She's young, she's into fashion, so it's very old and antique-y, but you know, what can you do? It's her grandparents' home. She kind of is a guest here until she kind of gets on her feet, so she just has to kind of take what she gets. You know, at least they made a room for her. So, and then this is the little shelf that I was talking about earlier on in the build that the grandfather kind of made for her to hang her clothes, because there's not really space to hang a wardrobe here. So I just thought that would be really fun, really nice to put there, just to add to the little story. And then I'm just going to add another kind of old looking rug that the grandmother has collected in the room. And then I do add a little like fashion poster that maybe the granddaughter brought with her, you know, so just to kind of add her own kind of touch to the room without doing a lot of changes, and just to, you know, keep a mind on, listen, that's where I want to go, this is what I want to do, so for some inspiration. And then I managed to fit a shower, toilet and a basin in this little bathroom. And the bathroom upstairs, I cut that out of the speed build, because it's exactly the same as the bathroom downstairs, so it's exactly the same color, the same furnished, so I didn't really want to have to let you guys see it twice in a row, so I ended up cutting it out. So just a very basic bathroom, nothing fancy. It is an old house, so nothing fancy, just the basics are in there. It's the bathroom's blue and white. Like a lot of the old houses, the bathrooms are very weird colors unless it's custom, so you know, they stick to the blues, the greens, the yellows, the browns, the pinks. So yeah, these two bathrooms are just blue. And there I'm done with the downstairs bedroom. I'm just adding a little light with some print on, some flower print over there just to add on to that room. And in this little corner, of course, this was still part of the living room, but then they've obviously took the living room out, so they've just put a little antique bookshelf there with a little seat from the furniture that they did have. They managed to just keep the little single seat that they did have in the living room. They just using it as a little seating area to, you know, read some books. If they want to kind of have something to do, they can just read some books in that corner. I do add another little antique rug. I just size it down so just fits in that corner. And then I add a little antique pot plant. I just end up moving the bookcase to the side just to make space for the little pot plant there. Just adding some lights. The lights that I added in here are like supposed to look like olden day type of lights, just to go with the build itself as well. So I just added this vase, and just to make space so it doesn't look too cluttered, I just shifted that a little bit, and then I just end up having to move this shrubbery again, obviously because it was sticking to the wall. But then we go upstairs and just do the grandparents' room. So their room is kind of open plan. It's just the bathroom that's obviously closed off. The reason why I was initially going to only do one bathroom in this build, but the reason why I added two is because I find if you're playing with a family that's more than two people, like this is from personal experience, I find that everyone kind of needs the bathroom at the same time. And there's already one sim in the bathroom, maybe taking a shower or using the toilet, and now there's two sims that maybe one needs a shower or one needs the toilet. So it gets difficult. The bigger the family is, you cannot have one bathroom. It gets really hairy, and sims start like going to the bathroom on the floor and peeing themselves and all that nonsense. So it's best. So that's why I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna squeeze another bathroom in here. You guys can obviously change that. You can keep it one bathroom, but for me it works. I managed to make it work. Like I said, the build is not supposed to be big and spacious. This is an old house that the couple built by themselves, and they've lived in it for many years, so the space is enough for them. They don't have pets or small children or anything like that. It was just them until their granddaughter came to live with them for a while, and obviously she's not going to be here forever. You know, once she moves out, they can maybe break down that downstairs room and have their living room again. It's just for now. So a little antique mirror there with an antique wardrobe for to stick with the theme. I'm just going to add a little painting, and then a little I can't think of the word, a little flower pot, there's the word, in a little corner there on the side, just adding the lighting. And then we're going to go ahead and get to the screenshots in a moment. But if you guys have liked this video so far, don't forget to hit that like button, leave some comments down below, and don't forget guys, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys' support. Got two new subscribers today. I did give them a little shout out on Twitter, so thank you guys for subscribing. So guys, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you guys really download this build and play in it. And if you guys do make some changes, let me know on my Twitter, and I'll do some house tours. I do add two little windows in each of the bathrooms, so that we have some windows there. So now we're gonna head to the screenshots in a moment. I was just getting the lighting right to take the screenshot. So that's a screenshot of the front of the house. Really beautiful, nice suburban home. Nothing too fancy. Just the right amount of shrubbery around the house. I think I added two of those screenshots. My apologies there. And then we go to the back. Little screenshot from the swimming pool to the back door with all the plants over there. Then you can see the little outdoor seating area over there. Really nice screenshot. Then we have a screenshot of the kitchen, really nice and simple, nothing too crazy. The little dining room area that I managed to fit in there, I really like that photo with the painting in the back and the flowers. Then the granddaughter's room, really nice also, with a little reading nook over there. I really like that a lot. And then I'll see you guys all in the next video, so don't forget to subscribe guys. See you all, cheers.